Dovahkiin, and a simple gamer team coming at you on a dragon from the land of Skyrim. Kill the trolls, stole some gold, and 8 little kids. Now prepare ye one and all for a week of podcasts. I wrote that.
30 seconds in, we said nothing meaningful. We haven't even said hello.
This is terrible.
Okay.
I'm really
Okay,
sorry.
I'll
So,
say
hello, I'm Trent.
Hi, yeah, I'm Luke. You've seen me, I think, twice
You're
now.
A wanker.
Twice now, yep. I'm not a wanker. Toby's in the intro, but unfortunately he has school, so he can't really be here for most of it.
Unfortunately, he's lame.
Fortunately, he has year 12 still, which we just finished. So, Trent and I have been playing Skyrim since, it would have been 2:33 in the morning today.
Yeah, I'd call about that.
So we had a little bit of an issue. When I say we, I mean Trent's an idiot and his hard drive literally had 4 gigabytes of space left.
It was fantastic.
So before you do anything crazy because Skyrim's not working and stuff like that, just have a look at your hard drive like we did for this little bitch and make sure you don't have like 4 gig left, because if you do, the game's just going to crash every time you get to the loading screen.
It was amazing.
Now
You should have been there.
we still do have 2 crashes. We've had 2 crashes, 1 each outside of that, but that's okay because we didn't lose anything, and you know, it's a new release, and there was a 200 meg patch which should have fixed it. I'm not complaining. Alright, Skyrim released. Australians, most people, a lot of people, I don't know about, okay, Australia, Game, EB and JB, the 3 major stores here all released the game early, which means we got it, we got it last night and had to wait till 12 to install it, and then we had to wait for it to install, and then we had to download the patch, and then we had to sort out Trent's problem.
It was a process and a
Which
half,
took
basically.
the best part of an hour and a half of what we were going to call Skyrim time. And, yeah. So we're pretty damn tired, so I'm sure you can excuse us being drowsy, unresponsive. I've had 3 hours of sleep. He's had 2.
It's been fantastic.
Not to say we're not having fun with the game. It's very, very good. It's a great game.
It's a little more than addictive.
We're just exhausted from staying up late, like our mums told us not to. But that happens. So, talk about the game.
Let's get down to it then.
So we won't talk about story because it's literally day of release, and that's spoilerish. So I don't know. I hope you like the new intro, or that intro, the intro for this week, because I wrote that, as I say in the intro, while walking my dogs, and Trent, Toby, and I, we all sang it, and we really hope you enjoyed it.
You're a wanker.
And it's related to Skyrim.
He said he's going to start talking about the game and then starts talking about the intro again. Oh my god. Okay. Well,
Shut up. Drink your glass of ambiguous liquid. Alright.
Well, apart from the crashes that we've had so far, I'm proud of Bethesda for what they've created here. I mean, you don't have the stereotypical Bethesda face zoom in when you start up a conversation.
thank God.
You know, you have the freedom to like come and go as you please. It's actually sort of delightful when you start a conversation with someone. It's like, I'm not going to continue talking to you, and they keep talking to you anyway. It's really funny.
It's interesting being able to hit E to talk to someone, let them get into a speech, and then hit E again and walk away.
It's also funny because once you commit a crime, Luke had an experience with this.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's a story spoiler, isn't it? What? Commit a crime? Oh, I'm so confused. What crime did I commit? I stole something worth 5 gold. I remember that. I killed somebody. What crime? Remind me. What crime did I commit?
You just committed too many. You should be in jail.
Oh, damn it. It is a story spoiler.
Drunk and disorderly, I think it was.
What?
Look at him.
God damn it. Okay, look, without any spoilers, I committed a crime and was able to talk my way out of it through the means of an advanced status.
You're like... Okay, basically,
Oh, Jesus.
I was half disappointed when he told me it happened because you don't have the guards that run up to you from like 500 meters away and you're frozen in a spot while you're running
right.
towards you, and then like they get to you, it's like, halt, thief. Well, I was kind of disappointed, but
Quite shamefully, Bethesda have gotten rid of the most iconic thing they ever did, which was stop. You have violated the law. That's gone. I'm so sorry.
yeah, it's sad that it's gone.
It's
but-
it's replaced by what is it? Guards with Russian accents,
yes,
which is weird
yeah.
but cool. If anyone's played Metro 2033, Trent and I have spent the better part of the day making jokes about how Artyom needs to come in with his pneumatic shotgun and kill dragons and, you know, be
That's why I
awesome
have
and
the
stuff.
helmet.
He's got the helmet on. Okay, what a gameplay. I don't. We like the combat. The combat is so much better. It's a lot more fluid, and you know, with a shield now. What? Yeah, you see, you had shields in the other game. They kind of just went duh, and then you got the rebound, and that was it. Now, if you bring your shield up at the right time, you'll like jar them, and if you just leave the shield out, you'll suffer a little bit of damage, and you know they'll be like,
I think there's more in-depth shield tactics we can talk about
Combat.
here. Because I think this is a really big part of like the combat, because I don't really like magic stuff as much. He does. He's like being flaming and lightning and shit and everything. You know, I get right up close and personal with my maces and my swords and shit.
Up close and personal, setting things on fire.
Doesn't count as much. But basically, you have, you know, two sorts of attacks. You have your sort of light swing from the elbow, and then you have the huge above the head chopping action, and that can sometimes, depending on your strength and your ability with one-handed weapons, to break through like your enemy's blocking stance, which is kind of cool because that throws them back. But another cool feature that the shielding gives you is when you have a shield, you can press the attack button and you sort of barge things and you like whack them over the head with your shield.
You can do that with all weapons. Give people a little shove.
But the shield does a lot of damage, and down the shield tree, and I mean, I've been lost in the skill trees for like half an hour
My
the first
God.
time I open up, because you go into one skill tree and there's so much information you're just sucking in, trying to decide what you want.
So many skill trees.
Yeah, right. We're back after technical difficulties. He has pizza now though, so that's okay.
The last piece.
It's cold. He ate the last piece of pizza. What were we talking about before we left? We're talking about combat. Yes, combat is good. I'm a mage. He has the shout you start off with, which is Force, Unrelenting Force, which he only has one word to. One word for Force. I have Force Unrelenting. I have 2 words. And I have another shout, which is Whirlwind Sprint, which you've probably already seen, which is just like... you just go flying forward.
It's pretty amazing to
Yep.
watch.
Magic. Magic is a whole lot of fun now. Everything has really awesome effects, and all the conjuration spells have great particle effects that go into summoning stuff. Everything costs a lot of magicka, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. Unless you go to the second level of a tree, it's really hard to use that for anything you really need it for. And fighting dragons with magic is really hard because it's hard to aim at a dragon while it's in the air. So general combat fun, hard, and you will run across plenty of enemies you just have to run from because you have no choice because you just suck.
Yeah.
Like I keep finding frost trolls, giants. Frost trolls and giants are big problems because I come across a frost troll and their health regenerates too fast for me to be able to run away, regenerate my own health and then kill them. And giants kill me in one hit.
I think giants kill like most people in one hit until you max your leveling. It's ridiculous. And then the mammoths start chasing you.
The mammoths chase you.
It's crazy.
Dragons, on the other hand, are a whole lot of fun to kill, as long as you don't die, which is frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know, you know, dragons, best way we found to kill them is just sort of wail into them with arrows, and then magic if they get close enough
Aim
to
for
the
the
ground.
wings.
Yep, that's aim for the wings.
I was fighting a dragon earlier, and I've become fairly decent at archery within the game because I don't like magic. And I managed to get a dragon down to like a particular amount of health, hit it in the wing while it was flying, landed on the earth and just dug out like this huge swath of earth.
And
It was,
once you get them on the ground, it's fairly simple to take care of.
Yeah, despite the fact that they try to bite your head off, which
And
can
they
lead to
will
really cool execution moves for the dragons on you, and they still breathe fire and ice and whatnot,
But
it's a lot easier.
And then it's rare to get an execution move on a dragon because you're wildly slashing away at it, trying to kill it before it kills you. When you do, it is very spectacular, and the animation job they've done with all the executions is brilliant too. What else should we probably talk about? Crafting, I guess. I mean, makes it sound like an MMO, but crafting in the game. It's weird having a crafting system where you actually have to collect stuff, like you need iron ingots or leather strips or like pelts or hide and...
But the game introduces you to it really well. The first place you go to, the blacksmith there basically gives you all the items you need to create a knife and then make it sharp so it becomes a fine knife. So it's like better than a normal knife.
It's tempered. Yeah, they always say tempered. And then she gets you to make a hide helmet, and it just introduces you to what you need. But unless you want to go into this tree for crafting it, which will take you like the tree for armor smithing, smithy stuff. Yeah, it was terrible. It basically goes up in different branches. One side is light armor, one's heavy. Unless you start going up into that tree, armor crafting's never going to help you unless you want to invest some time into it.
Yep.
Trent found a really boring way to make money. Intensely boring, and I'm surprised he even bothered doing it. Basically, there are little log cutting stations you'll find all over the place with little bits of firewood on them.
A lumber mill.
And yeah, they're at lumber mills, and they'll be at random camps around the place. There are little firewood cutting stations. Basically, you just click on them, and you let your guy cut firewood, and then you sell the firewood.
But you could, like, the way it works is you only cut 8 pieces of firewood, and then you have to start the process over again. So you still have to be there. You can't just let him do it for hours on end. But then you can sell the... Well, I sold 18 bits of firewood for like 90 gold.
Go and kill a dragon. Okay?
I don't get money from that.
Yes, you do. Dragon stuff is worth a lot. That's where I get all my money from.
No way. I have like 4,000 gold at the moment, and most of that, like 2,000 of that came from cutting wood for a while because I needed new armor. Simple as that. Simple as that. And now I'm decked out.
He's not decked out. At one point, he sold all of his clothes for a sword.
And then I stole armor from an armory. It was pretty awesome.
Look, we're having a really good time with the game. If anyone's interested, I guess you probably want to know what we're playing, race-wise and such. So I'm a Breton because I like magic, and I'm some sort of magey spell sorty. I guess in Oblivion there used to be that class they called spell sword. That's always what I played, and I'm a bit of a thief as well because it's fun. Trent, you want to talk about you?
Playing as a Nord because I just find it fun to,
Should we tell them what you're doing with it? Like with your character? You know what you did.
Oh yeah, I know what I did.
Okay. Alright, we'll tell them anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I basically created as close to as an avatar of my girlfriend as possible because she obtained the nickname Nordic Chick when I first started seeing her, so I figured it was suitable, Land of the Nords, for my first character in Skyrim. Rather comical to me. I don't know if you guys will find it funny, but I do.
Okay, well basically, Trent's just exploring, and I'm exploring, but I always, every time I find a dungeon, it's always a ton of fun just to wander all your way through it, because at the start of the game, I ended up skipping to the end of a main quest because I'd already done a dungeon just because I ran straight into it, which was good, it was fun. It was, you know what, I don't have any words. So sorry.
Well, yeah. So, in the interest of not spoiling for you, the Skyrim map is behind us, and we've been, computers are just over here. We've been sort of turning around, looking at the map every now and then, deciding where we're wanting to head to.
Yeah, we have one map here for Trent to see, who's behind you guys there. And I'm to, what would that be? I think that's your right.
Yep.
I'm to your right, and there's a map over there in front of me for me to look over at, so that I can always keep a track of where I've been and where I'm going.
Without obviously having to access the in-game map.
So,
it's kind of handy.
Yeah, it is. It's, even so, the map is really awesome, and if you didn't get one,
We apologize.
Why would we apologize?
Because they just suck too bad.
Exactly.
But actually, one grievance I do have
Ooh.
with this game so far is the in-game map pisses me off.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I don't know if you did.
Okay, so it's really hard to pan around the map because every time you try and click and drag, it wants to drop a waypoint where you clicked because there's no click and drag. You have to use the WASD keys, which is really slow.
Or push to the edge of the screen.
Which again is really slow.
Yeah.
So that's one grievance I had, but another grievance I had is it shows the real-time weather of the game, and for as far as the visual effect goes, it is effective. It's rather cool. You can see what the weather's doing in certain parts of Skyrim, but sometimes you just want to get to a freaking place and the entire joint's covered by clouds, and you're like, what the hell is over there?
You can still see the icon.
Yeah, but if I'm trying to get to a mountain where I think there could be maybe a cave or something to delve into, you can't really tell
you can see
where the mountain is.
You can see the icon of a place, of a specific place, but for example, the throat of the world, I had to go around that to get to where I was going, so I had to keep double checking the map, and if there was cloud cover there, I never would have been able to see where the little passes were that led me through it. So the map's helpful, but it's also very hindering sometimes as well, which is always fun.
And also, I actually think when I'm going to settle into playing the game by myself more so, I'm still going to use my cartographer style map more so than the in-game map. Just for the fact it's
pretty.
Aside from it's pretty though, it's ambiguous. It's like when you see an old map and it's like, here be dragons. It leaves so much open to interpretation. I look at this map and, it sort of is missing a lot of detail, so you sort of have to go to a place to find out the detail. It's like it's not yet finished. It's kind of cool.
We should talk about a rather, I don't know, in the scope of Elder Scrolls games, a massive change where it goes back to the kind of Morrowind thing where you can either catch a carriage. There are carriages in all the capital cities. Well, not capitals,
but the largest cities.
The largest cities. But basically you cannot fast travel anywhere you've never been. Which is... I like it. I'm running from basically one end of the map to the other just because I want to get to the other place and there's no other way of getting there at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's a very good way of making the world seem larger and ensuring that people actually explore a little, because in Oblivion no one really explored unless, well, okay, you explored if that's what you really wanted to do, but it was hard to just sort of stumble across things.
That's true.
Okay, target priority.
Yeah, so one problem I do have within the combat, I was fighting my third dragon earlier on today, and we were in the middle of combat, and it was attacking me and stuff. It killed some ice wraiths while it was at it, and then all of a sudden it just lands in these low foothills, about 200 meters away from me. I was like, what the hell is this doing? It starts flaming up the ground. I couldn't really see because it was just below the crest of a hill. And I get over there, and it prioritized a pack of wolves over me, who I was laying down a withering hail of arrows into this dragon, and as well as lightning and frost. And it was like, wolves, I'll just go flame the wolves.
Maybe it was hungry for wolf meat.
It was silly.
Okay, so wrapping it up for today, at least, I'll probably upload this tomorrow when I have time to edit and code and sit around for hours waiting for it to finish. Last minute thoughts on Skyrim so far after basically 12 hours of playing it non-stop.
It's addictive.
It's still fun.
Yeah, it hasn't lost its edge.
Oh, and
I feel like there's just so much I should be doing and I haven't done yet.
I would like to say I like the voice acting in this game is so much better.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
and the facial
better.
features, lots of emotion.
Better facial animation too. Yeah, that's a good point. There's still a few things like you can phase through some animals when you're doing execution animations, but they're all bugs will be worked out as the game goes on.
Yeah.
Anyway, lots of replayability value, at least from what we can see at the moment. I will play through again probably just because there's no possible way to see everything in all the trees And just one character.
Yeah, and even when you take sides and whatnot, obviously there's two sides to the game.
Shh, they don't know that.
If you knew anything about the game, you know there would be two sides.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, fine. Alright. Alright, that does it for us. This is Trent, and I am Luke. And that does it. The Simple Gamers Video Skyrim Day podcast song.
Enjoy yourselves.
Tits and ass.